Right, Thursday, March the 20th, 2025. First day of spring in some people's books. I think I usually look at the 21st, but not to worry. Cracking day as well. Pewsey being down in Wiltshire, so west today. I've done south, east, and now we're west. And again, at the very edge of my travelling time, 2.5 hour journey, and in this area only one train every 2 hours, so I definitely need to be back for 5 o'clock. It's now quarter to 12. Should be doable because I'm on a 10 miler today. I was down here last couple of years back, but this time I'm going north from the village into the hills via Oare, where I hope to have my lunch. It's a country walking magazine walk, officially 9.3 miles, but I reckon I'll end up doing 10. Let's see. So, didn't do a walk last week because I knew I was coming down this way, hopefully this week, and GWR are by far and away the most expensive train company. So I had to save a bit of cash and miss out last week, and besides, with my boots still not replaced, didn't want to risk getting a wet foot. So let's crack on, see what awaits. It's about 20 degrees at the moment, beautiful walking weather with a slight southeasterly breeze. Wonderful. Very interesting old station, Pewsey. So under the railway bridge and immediately afterwards on the right, we're back on the Alfred Trail, which I walked last time I was down in Pewsey, but in the opposite direction, of course. Come back this way as well later. Below me I've just heard my first chiff chaff of the season. March 20th, they're late this year I think. Over a quite fast flowing stream. So we come to this shed, path splits here. We take the left variant, leaving the railway line behind us now. Knoll cottage here. Take this footpath on the left, which is now part of the White Horse Trail, and a quiet lane. Wonderful. So here's that stream again as I'm about to cross over a bridge, and it is actually the River Avon per the map, and I am using a GPX track today, as there's no written notes from country walking on this one. The old chiff chaffs are going to be omnipresent henceforth for several months. There was one up here, but there you go. Wonderful harbinger of spring. Bang on cue, although as I said earlier, possibly a bit late this year. Deer of some variety over there. Might be a Chinese water deer. Could be a munkjack, can't tell from here, but the white rump will give it away. I'm not that expert on these. Yeah, looks like a water deer. Cluster of celandines here, lovely. Now at this point, by this bridge, we take the path down right and follow the Kennet and Avon Canal for a bit. This on my last walk down here in Pewsey, Jones's Mill, the Vera Jeans Nature Reserve. Got a plethora of chiff-chaffs here, all singing their hearts out after their long journey. So leaving Jones's Mill, out alongside the canal. Interesting. Some kind of white liquid has got into the canal here. Farm chemicals, no doubt. Canal doesn't look exactly healthy. Having reached another bridge, take a left for a bit of road walking. Passing the sign to Oare and NCR4, Wiltshire Cycleway, Pewsey Vale. Continuing straight ahead here. Now entering the Westwick Farm Estate. First bit of ransom of the year, wild garlic. Looking back whence I've come, around 818 feet high here, so we're almost as high as we get today, which I think is around 850 from memory. Far higher than the South Downs Way the other week on the cliffs. As you can hear, possibly a bit of a breeze. No more than 23 mph today though, so I'm reliably informed by the Met. I'll join in the Mid-Wilts Way as well. Nice design gate donated by the LDWA. Nice and roomy inside. Good material. No problem with this. First style of the day. Decent vista over on my right here. Around 850 now, as the breeze picks up a bit. Grid point here, which is marked as 250 metres on the map, and I'm making it about 840 feet. So definitely the high point of the day. Got the small village of Oare ahead of us down there. Thankfully, sheep country. Haven't seen any cattle yet. Yep, rightly so. I'm into Oare. Now there is a small chapel in this village, but it's a bit off my beaten track. So conscious of that 2-hour train interval, I don't want to miss my 5 o'clock connection, so I'll have to plant myself down where I can, I think. Passing the former White Hart pub, Wadworth Beer. Looks like that's long since closed down, unfortunately. Another rural pub falls victim. Passing the village school. So, like an oasis, this seat pops up out of nowhere. So thank you Arthur and Alma Shaw. 4.5 miles in, This will do for lunch, albeit a bit breezy. And there's the vista looking down on Oare. Nearly 800 foot up here, so not quite as high as we were over there, but I'm still on the ascent here, so we could match it. Some big fire going on over there. Been monitoring that during the walk. Further map, this is known as Huish, H-U-I-S-H, Hill. Coming up 2 o'clock now. Well, I got that wrong, it's 13:40. Just gone 2, lunch has been had, yet another one, and breeze is picking up, as you may be able to hear. Temperature's dropped at this height as well. So let's crack on. 3 hours before my train. Whilst having my lunch, I spotted 3 different types of bird of prey. The kite, buzzard, and a sparrowhawk. Lovely to see the gorse out up here as well. Wasn't expecting that. On the Suffolk heathlands, yes, not up here. The interestingly named Gopher Wood over there, which we'll be passing through soon. Got a bit hazy now. So we eventually come to a junction of paths, and we take the second on the left here into Gopher Wood, not the first, which is this track downhill. So it's an SSI. Yeah, some old trees here, that's for sure. With it being a bridle way, well churned up in the winter, wetter months. Great tit in the background. Plenty of them around at the minute. Bluebells pushing on up. Won't be long. And interestingly, the soil now supports Ramsons, but none in flower here yet. I can smell the mild aroma though. Lovely ancient woodland this. No wonder it's an SSI. Little wren behind me somewhere. There you go, well churned up. Coming out of Gopher Wood, we encounter this fort and our onward journey's downhill now. So I think we're done with the higher climbing today. Wonderful bit of physical geography here. Stroke geology. Not the green water pipe, but wonderful curvature here. Like a bowl. Wonderful last views of the Downs, North Wessex Downs. Now join a country lane, albeit not so quiet, with kids in the corner there. Cutting through Draycott Farm on the map. Wonderful thatch there as we approach the Kennet and Avon again shortly. Lovely primroses, always remind me of Easter. So here we are, passing under an old suspension bridge apparently. Bridge number 116. Doesn't look like it's in use, mind you. Lovely section of the Kennet and Avon. And there you can see the manufacturer's name. Local company in Bath. It's like R.Edge. Patent. Amazing, eh? A little suspension bridge. Great bit of history, that. Passing the waterfront pub, which looks very nice. Good location. Information panel here about Pewsey Wharf, which is where I currently am. Google that for further info, should you so wish. (1810), and then it was superseded by the railway shortly after. That was the problem with the canals. So now back at Jones's Mill, back to where we were earlier this morning, duplication henceforth. Snipe and belted Galloway, eh? Southern marsh orchid, bog bean and bog pimpernel. Some good repair work here by Wiltshire County Council. Clearly a previously damp spot, and this is how you deal with it. Very good. Just got Pewsey Mill behind me. I have filmed this before. Quite an amazing embankment, really. There is the old mill. Boat and all. Almost back at the station now. So here we are back at Pewsey. And as I anticipated, almost 10 miles on the button. 3 hours 34 later. And that was a very good walk. Cracking day for it. Perfect walking conditions, really. Bit breezy up on the tops, but hey ho. So that's much of that walk seemed familiar to me. I may have done some of that for the Saturday walkers, because I'm pretty sure, I don't know if they've got a walk down here, but did seem familiar. Anyway, the surfaces underfoot were good today, although as we saw there could be dubious in the wetter months, like anywhere else really. So that's Country Walking's Pewsey via Oare walk completed. So until the next time, take care. Let's hope I got a new pair of boots next time as well. Probably be north next, just to complete the set.